Namaskar, my name is Vivek Sharma and you're watching me live from Hotel Sarastar, Mumbai. Here we are discussing about cancer and with me is Dr. Sampada Desai. Doctor, please tell us something more about you.
My name is Dr. Sampada Desai. I'm a consultant gynae oncologist at PD Hinduja Hospital, Mahim, and I look after the women's cancer there.
Amazing. So when we talk about women's cancer, there are 2-3 terms which are very commonly heard. Like one is ovarian cancer, one is cervix cancer, cervical cancer. So what is the difference between ovarian cancer and cervical? Is the same thing?
No, it is totally two different things. Cervix cancer, cervix is a part of the uterus of the womb. It connects the uterus with the vagina or the birth canal. And the ovaries are two separate organs which are on the side of the uterus. So they are totally different things. Two different cancers behave in two different manner. The etiologies means the cause of it is different. For cervical cancer, we know the cause of it. It is caused by a virus called as human papilloma virus.
Okay. So how common is cervical cancer in our country, and what are the kind of ways to prevent it and identify or detect early?
Cervical cancer, the incidence of cervical cancer, if you ask me, in present days for the certain reasons is falling in our country. But unfortunately, still the second most common cancer in women in India. After breast cancer, this cancer ranks the second most common. And in rural India, this is the most common cancer in women in India. Another important thing is that many women die in our country because of this cervical cancer, because it gets detected at a later stage. One good thing about this cervical cancer is that this cancer, first of all, we know what causes this cervical cancer. As I told you, this cervical cancer is caused by a virus called as human papilloma virus. There are different strains of it, and we now have vaccines available to prevent the infection or increase the immunity towards this human papilloma virus, which would eventually help us may help us in eradicating this disease. And secondly, another important thing that we have is the screening tests are available for cervical cancers. So these patients can be screened so that the disease is detected prior to it becomes a cancer and can be treated.
That's amazing. So you said that prevention is probably now available for cervical cancer, but still it happens. And what remains the line of treatment in such kind of cancers?
Okay, the line of treatment, before saying it to the line of treatment, the most important thing what we should be focusing is about the screening of this cervical cancer. Now what are the treatment modalities and what the woman should be aware of is that every woman after they have become sexually active after the age of 21 ideally should be undergoing a screening test, and this screening test is either with pap smear or for HPV DNA detection. And it is a very simple test done by the gynecologist. When you go to visit them, they take some scrapings from the cervix which is not painful, and this is examined under microscope and the results come within 1 or 2 days. If this test is normal, you have to repeat it once in 3 years. And if you have done a HPV DNA testing along with this is offered after the age of 30 years. But if you have done a HPV DNA testing along with it, and this test also is negative, then you can repeat this test after 5 years. So that simple is the screening modality that is available. In outside India, in developed countries, it is mandatory for all the women to undergo this screening test. But unfortunately, our country is lacking it. That is the reason why we are having this cancer at a higher rate. Coming to the treatment of it, what is again for the treatment, what we do for any type of cancer is that we divide the cancers into early stage and advanced stage. When it comes to early stage, how are these early stage cervical cancer diagnosed? First, first most important thing is that most of the time early stage cervical cancers don't have symptoms, they are detected by screening. So here lies the importance of screening. Secondly, they might have some symptoms like white discharge per vagina or post-coital, that is after having the relationship they might have bleeding, or they might have bleeding, intermenstrual bleeding, that is in between the period bleeding, or the cycles might be having a heavy flow. So, and this is the cancer that occurs in the earlier age group. It can occur in the age group of somewhere between 30 to 40 years, or even in the postmenopausal age group. In the postmenopausal age group, they will present with post menopausal bleeding. So any of these symptoms are present, they should be reporting it to the gynecologist and gyne-oncologist, and they need to be evaluated for it. Coming to the treatment part of it, for treatment for early stage cervical cancer are treated mostly if the patient is young. We consider various factors into the consideration, and most of our patients do get treated with surgery. When they are advanced stage cervical cancers, they are treated with chemoradiotherapy.
Amazing. So, Dr. Saab, first thing is that like I would like to learn from you, like when a woman, you said that every woman should be screened about it, but okay, it is not possible. We see that in our country. Who are the people who are the women at risk? Probably, they must consider this screening, and how much it costs. Is it a costly affair? Because in India, a lot of people do not go for screening, considering कि यार खर्चा हो जाएगा. डॉक्टर कुछ बता देंगे, kind of.
Actually, it is not impossible to screen these patients. It is possible to screen, and if you consider the cost, the amount of people, women that are getting this cancer, and if you consider that cost of treating them, if you consider the screening cost, it is going to be a very less cost. And in government hospitals, this pap smears are done at almost free of cost, at a nominal charges. So I think we should develop some way out to screen the patients, because ultimately it is reducing the cost on the healthcare system rather than increasing the cost at the healthcare system. Another thing that is that we have to sensitize our gynecologist, we have to sensitize our primary care physicians that this is important, that we should be doing a pap test in every woman in India. There is a study from Tata Memorial Hospital also, even doing a single HPV DNA screening test has led to detection of lot of cases of cervical cancer and decrease in the mortality. So even if we screen, when every woman will visit to the gynecologist at least during childbirth, so they should be educated at that point of time to do cervical cancer screening, or whenever the gynecologist gets the opportunity, they should screen them for cervical cancer.
That's amazing. You have raised a very valid point. भाई अगर हमेशा नहीं जा सकते, रेगुलरली नहीं जा सकते, तो कम से कम चाइल्ड बर्थ के दौरान तो ये चीज़ करा के रखो. Thank you so much, Dr. Saab. It was great insight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.